Welcome to NEXTGames Ambuscade series, May 2024, against a Pteraketos. Now we've seen this run a few times before, and if my 12 runs I did today were a fair sample, this one is even easier than the last 2 times we've seen it. Now this month, you can normally get well-geared wins in 1 to 2 minutes, as I show with my Ninja and Dragoon in these examples, and even lesser geared players should be able to win in 4 minutes or so, as I show in my 3rd battle example, using Ninja, with Ambuscade Gear and Weapons only, with no gear swaps. Now before we get into strategy though, let's go over key item acquisition. This month you want to get 1 Aquan kill for your first run of the day, or 3 Aquan kills for multiple runs in the same day. Now I ended up using Home Point Warp to Bahida Tree, where you can easily kill some nearby crabs, but I'm sure there are several other good locations as well, so be sure to mention them down in the comments if you have found one. Now the run itself, which this month is against a single Pteraketos. Now previously, this Pteraketos would use all 10 abilities that they have available, which includes the ability of Death Charge, which inflicts a very annoying shock spikes that would slow down your run by several minutes. However, in my 12 runs that I did today, I only saw 5 of these 10 abilities used, so while the other abilities may be available to them, he doesn't appear to use them that frequently. Now the abilities I did see used were Echolocation, which is an AoE damage ability that can silence you if not resisted, Baleen Gurge, which is an AoE drain ability, Water Spout, which inflicts conal damage and can inflict attribute down if not resisted, Angry Seas is another AoE ability that can inflict gravity and encumbrance if not resisted, and Deep Sea Dirge, which is a single target ability that can inflict amnesia. Now, some of those may sound rather nasty, but I found that even using my Ambuscade Gear Ninja, I was able to resist all of these nasty abilities 100% of the time, so it's a lot easier than it sounds. Now, while I didn't see them, it's possible that the other abilities that Pteraketoses have available to them will be used, so let's briefly go into the other 5 abilities that you could see. The first is Blowhole Blast, which is an AoE damage ability and can paralyze you. Caudal Capacitor is an AoE ability, and it can stun you. Necrotic Wave is a conal damage ability and inflicts Curse and Bind. Aetheric Pull will drain MP and grant Dread Spikes. Depth Charge is that nasty one we talked about earlier, and it can inflict Shock, Knockback, and grant that nasty Shock Spikes effect. Now if you see either of those last 2 abilities used in your run, it's going to be slowed down dramatically. You want to be sure not to kill yourself with those Dread Spikes, and may be unable to skill chain properly until the Shock Spikes wear off. Now hopefully you will have a similar experience to me and not even see these abilities. Now after some abilities are used, the boss's defenses drop substantially, and you're able to do significantly more damage than normal. Now the most often time this occurs is after the use of Water Spout, but I've also seen it occur after Baleen Gurge. Now, your strategy remains the same, which is to just get in your damage as quickly as possible, but the heavy use of those 2 abilities will speed up your run greatly. Now, a Golden Bomb can spawn this month, and the spawn conditions are unclear to me as it's appeared in all 12 of my runs regardless of the strategy that I used. It did not appear to be triggered by any action on mine or the boss's part, but since it spawned so consistently it really shouldn't matter. Now after appearing, it will explode for a small amount of damage, like most golden bombs, and award you with 100 additional hallmarks when you win. Now I have not seen a second bomb spawn in any of my runs, so it doesn't look like it's worth waiting for that second one to spawn. Now all forms of damage seem to do well, as during my testing both multi-step and 2-step skill chains look to be effective, and both light and dark skill chains also seem to work just fine, as well as magic burst damage. So just get in your damage any way you can, and this one should go quickly. That's about all I have to share for this month's run. Enjoy the rest of the battle examples showing my Ninja taking this one on with Ambuscade Gear and Weapons with no gear swaps. I also removed all add-ins in this run for a more vanilla experience. Enjoy the run and have a great month all.